Hi, everybody. So today's video is going to be on GitHub. I'm going to teach you some of the commands to push code up to GitHub into a repository, how to create a repository, and then we're going to deploy something really simple just to GitHub pages. You see how that works, and you can start building your portfolio on GitHub. So you want to go to your GitHub page, click onto repositories, and we're going to do a new one. And we'll just call this one, we'll call it game. It's going to default to public, and you want that so people can see it. You want to initialize the README. This is just so people get a high overview of what your repository is. So if it's an application for a to-do list or something, they know basically how to use it. What technologies you use, things like that. So it's really important to have. Do not leave that blank. If people looking at that, that's a no-no. And then we're going to create. All right. So now we're going to go to clone or download. We're going to copy the SSH key, and then we're going to go over to our terminal. And I'm going to put this in documents. So the command we need to type in is git clone. And we'll just paste that in. So that key that it asked me for, that's just my password, my SSH key for GitHub, not what we copied. So if you just go to GitHub and you go to settings right here, and then it'll bring you to there you go. So the SSH key, and so it's just right there. It's very simple. You can also disable that if you like, so it doesn't ask you. And then we are going to need to cd into game. All right, and I need an index.html file. So basically what I'm just doing is just creating a few files that I need I'm just going to copy some old code from something I have just so we have something to push up. It's going to be really basic, nothing fancy at all. So here I typed in ls, and that'll list out everything we have in here. So these are files. So we have a readme, the index.html, that reset.css, and style.css. And so we're just going to go over, open this up in VS Code. And I'm just going to copy some code over here real quick. This is just some real simple. Don't judge me on this. This is an old project, and I just want to have something to throw up there. I mean, I don't even have to go through all this to do it, but anyway, we'll just do this real quick. And bear with me. And we just need some CSS. So we got some really basic styling. All right. So now that we have this, I'll just open this up a little bit. So if you type, you'll have your terminal. You can either right-click and open terminal here, or you can type in Control tilde on a Mac, and it brings you up your terminal. So the first command we're going to need is git add space dot, and that's going to push everything up. So We'll hit enter. Now you're not going to see any kind of confirmation or anything with that one. And then the next command we're going to need is git commit dash m, and then that's just for message in the quotes, and you need to enter a message when you use this. So we'll just do initial commit, I guess. It's important to have good commit messages. Don't ever just put, nonsense or anything. So when you go back, you know what it is. If someone's looking at it, they can see what you pushed up. If you change a button or something like that, just put that in there, and then enter. And then it's going to tell you everything ready to commit. So now the last thing is we're going to be git push origin master, and then enter. And then it's going to ask for my key. And then, so everything's good. Everything got pushed up. You can see over here that there's no longer a number. So everything has been committed. One good thing to know, we're not going to do anything with it today, but the command is git status. So it says we're on branch master, nothing to commit, working tree clean, and your branch is up to date with origin master. So this git status becomes really important when you're working on something with other people, whether it's at a job or if you're at a boot camp or something and you're working on a project with multiple people. You never want to be on master branch. You can put in the GitHub their settings to make sure you can't, and only one person can push to the master branch, so you don't accidentally do it. Really bad. This little thing will save your butt. Just type in git status. Normally what you would do is you'd have the master branch, you would have a development branch, and then off that development branch you'd create another branch and you'd work on that and then push to the development branch, and then that development branch will push to the master branch. But this is just to save, so you break something, you push it up, and then you break the whole thing. It's really frustrating. So good thing to know for the future. But yep, so now everything's pushed up, and now if we go over to GitHub, we can go to settings, and you can rename the repository if you want. And I'm in settings in game, so not the settings where I showed you where you can type in an SSH key and stuff like that. So we want to, for this source, we want to be on have that be master branch. You can delete the repository here, and then this will show you, so GitHub pages. So you can your site's ready to be published. So you can just click on this, and you can also use a custom domain. There's information here. Now, just to warn you, a lot of times it comes back with a 404. Perfectly okay. It takes some time a lot of times, but we're going to go ahead and do that. Oh, and it actually went through. Awesome. So, like I said, really basic, but now this is, you're out there on the internet. Really simple, but obviously you can have complex applications and everything. I remember the first time I deployed something, it was really exciting. So yeah, there you go. Just a pretty easy, pretty basic, but we'll get you started, and then you can have your projects and start creating a pretty cool portfolio and everything. You can also host a website from here. I prefer Netlify. I'll probably do a video, maybe next video I'll deploy something to Netlify so you can see that. I really like Netlify. But I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope it was helpful, and I'll see you next time.